Introduction to Basic Algebra. If I write 7 plus something equals 15, what is that something? 8. 12 minus something equals 5. What's the answer to that? 7. Good. 3 times what is 15? 5. So notice the box could have any value there. What number, if you divide it by 10, the answer is 2? 20, right? 20 divided by 10, the answer is 2. Well, instead of using boxes, what we're going to do in algebra, we're going to replace the box with what? X or Y, any letter there. So instead of making this question like this, we'll change it. 7 plus what is equal to 15? X is the what, you're trying to find it. This problem becomes what? 12 minus what equals 5? 3 times what is equal to 15? And what divided by 10 is equal to 2? This is really what our goal today is going to be. In section 2, how do we solve equations that has plus and minus in them? Addition, subtractions. These are called equations. In chapter 3, the last section of the chapter, how do we solve equation that has multiplication or divisions in them? But before we get to that, we just need to know what this format, these algebraic expressions are.
Variable.
Exactly. So these letters that you see, X, Y, T, M, we call them variables. Why they call them variables? Because their value changes from problem to problem. In this example, what is X equal to? We said 8. In this, what's X equal to? 7. In this, X equals 5. This one, X equals 20. So the value of X is changing. The numbers that you see here, the 7, the 12, the 3, the 5, the 15, are called what? Constants. Their value stays the same. The 7 is always 7, regardless what day you look at it, what time you look at it. 12 is always 12. Doesn't matter if it's sunny or raining. So that's the difference between variables and constants. Now, in real life, these will be real problems. What is X? What does that mean? How do you come up with these expressions? And that's what we're going to show you. How do you get these expressions? I might say to you, a number n is decreased by 12. Change that to algebraic expressions. So, to change a paragraph or a sentence to algebraic expression, you have to look for keywords. And the keywords I'm going to be looking for, let's look at them. Let me give you a list of them. So when you see them in the problem, you know if that's addition, subtraction, multiplications, or divisions. So we're going to look for keywords or key phrases. Let's begin with addition today. So when you see these words, you know that's addition. If you see X, that's case number 1. X plus 4. What does that mean, X plus 4? Just the way it sounds. X, add to it 4. So the word plus means addition. Or X increased by. Increased by means what? Also addition. Notice X plus 4. X increased, not 4 increased, X increased. If I said to you, you know what? Your test score on the last quiz increased by 4 points. So what do? You take whatever that test score and you add 4 points to it. The sum of x and 4. The word sum means what? Add. X plus 4, addition. So all these means the same thing. Four more than x more than. Guess what that means again? X plus 4. 4 more than x. 4 added to x. That's also x plus 4. So added, more than, sum, increased by, plus. All of these imply we have addition. Now let's look for subtractions. Well, think backward to these. What is the opposite to plus? What's the opposite to increase by? More than. These two might have to think about them. Instead of added, subtracted. Instead of sum is going to be what? Difference. Very good. So let's write these for subtractions. Subtraction. N minus instead of plus. N minus 3, that means what? N, take away 3. Or N decreased by. Decreased by 3. Decreased, that means N minus 3. Now with addition, if by mistake you wrote this 4 plus x, you're fine. But for subtractions, you can't switch them. Why? Well, look at these numbers. If you take 5 minus 4 and you write that 4 minus 5, is the answer the same? No. So we have to be careful which one's which. N decreased by 3. Take away 3 from N. That's why it's N minus 3, not 3 minus N. N is decreased. The difference of N and 3. And whatever you see first, that goes first, and the second one, second. So N minus 3. If the problem was the difference of 3 and N, will be 3 minus N. N and 3, N minus 3. So the one you see first, it's first. The second one is second. Less than. If I said 3 less than N. Less than means what? Again, subtractions. N minus 3. And the last one, 3 subtracted instead of added. From N, N minus 3. So that's what the subtraction is. Minus, decreased, difference, less than, subtracted. All means subtractions. They come in handy when you start dealing with word problems. Let's find the list for multiplications. it's a shorter list. If I said 3/4 times y, that means what? 3/4 times y. Now when you see something like this, 3/4 dot y, that's times. We never really put the dot there. We write that 3/4 without the dot y. So times means multiplications. The product of 3/4 and y. Product. Product means also multiplications. 3/4 times y. 3/4 of y. Of means multiply in math. 3/4 times y. So an example, one night you're hungry, you order pizza, extra large pizza or a family size pizza, and it just happens to be cut into squares. It's one of those big ones. So how many slices do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 24 pieces of pizza. You go, I was so hungry, I ate 3/8 of the pizza. 3/8 of it. How many slices did you eat? 3/8 of means what? Times. And how many slices of pizza do we have this pizza? 24. That's 24 over 1. How do we multiply fractions? That's back to chapter 2, right? By 8, this is what? 1. By 8, this is what? 3. 3 times 3? 9 over 1, which is 9 slices. You better hope they were small. Otherwise, we're in trouble. So you ate 9 slices of that pizza. So the word of means multiply. And the last one is division. We'll give you the list of keywords to pay attention to. For division, we use t divided by 5. Divided by. That tells me it's t over 5. From chapter 1, when you have division, we call the answer the quotient. The quotient of t and 5. Notice we wrote t first. So the word quotient means a fraction. The one you see first goes on the top, the second one on the bottom. The quotient of t on the top, 5 on the bottom. If the question was the quotient of 5 and t, how would you write that? 5 over t. Yep. Its quotient means a fraction. 5 is first, that's the top. T second, that's the bottom. And the last one we're going to be looking at is over. If you see t over 5, over means on top of that. T on top of 5, that's a fraction. So over, quotient, divided by, all means division. Let me mix and match a few of them to see if you can tell me what you see there, if you can write the answer to that. I write something, you tell me what the answer. 4 less than, take a minute, think about it, and see if you can tell me the answer. Yes.
This would be x minus 4.
X minus 4. Anyone agrees with that? Could it be 4 minus x? Somebody said 4 minus x? 4 less than x. What does that mean? Take 4 away from x. Take 4 away from x. To me, that seems the correct answer. Not that one. This is take x away from 4. So 4 less than x is actually x minus 4, not 4 minus x. Let's try another one. Try to mix and match different ones. The sum of 2 and y. The word sum means what? Addition. Which one's first? 2 plus y. That's good. Here's the good news about the addition. If you switch them, you're still okay. That's commutative property of addition. If you flip-flop them, your answer doesn't change. With subtraction, it does change, but not with addition. Addition, multiplication, you can flip-flop them, not subtractions and divisions. And usually if I have something like this, me personally, I like to write them in descending power. I write it like that. I like them always the highest power of y and start decreasing that answer. How about this one? 1/2 of p. One half of p. Yes. 1/2 times p. Correct. Of means multiplication. Again, you can write that without the dot. 1/2 p. The product of 5 and b. Here's one of the keywords, product. That's what? Yeah, multiplication, yep. 5 times b, and you can write that as what? 5b. The quotient of 6 and t. Quotient. Correct, that's division. First one you see is the top, second one is the bottom. 6 over t. One more, the difference between n and 7. Difference. Subtraction, good. So how would you write that? N minus 7. Very good. Couple more problems. Notice I always said the sum of 2 and y, half of p, product of 5 and b. What about the next example? 2 less than a number. Now we got two problems. I didn't tell you what the number is. Exactly. This is unknown, so you make your own. You can use any letter you want to use. You can use X. You can use Y. Me personally, I look at the whatever is written here. I go number. Number begins with the letter what? N. I'll use N. What about less than? Subtraction. So that will be what? N minus 2. That number was decreased by 2. 2 less than a number. So it's 2 below the number. Take away from that number. Let's try another one. An amount divided by 10. Amount. What letter do you think I'm going to use? A maybe? Divided by, so that'll be A over 10. So if they don't give you the letter, you can make your own. I don't have to use A, I could use X. Three-eighths of a price. Again, price is unknown. Begins with what letter? P. Of means what? Multiply 3/8 times P, which is 3/8P. A quantity decreased by 7. Quantity Q decreased, yep, Q minus 7. One more. The quotient of 9 and the base. Quotient. That's what? Division. 9 is on the top. The base, do we know what the base is? Let's use B, 9 over B.